Howdy everyone, Sarsi here, and this is Counter-Strike Global Offensive on Xbox 360 in 2023. The game is backwards compatible on Xbox One and the Series X and S, but this gameplay in particular is directly from Xbox 360. Not that it really matters, because this is another backwards compatible game that didn't get a performance boost, still being 30 FPS regardless of what you played on. Now of course the console versions of CSGO never got updated, and the PS3 version servers even got shut down since they required a connection to Steam, whereas the 360 version just uses Xbox Live, hence why it's still playable and purchasable. Now I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but it's my opinion nevertheless, but I kind of prefer this version over the esports gun skin simulator version known as the current day PC version. I haven't played that one in close to a decade, whereas this and the PS3 version I've repeatedly gone back to here and there. That's not me saying the PC version sucks or that I hate it, it's just that I like the good old classic experience where you don't have to worry about weapon skins, changing weapon stats with updates, or any of the stuff that comes with playing a game that's heavily modified around being an esports game. I will give it that at least that version did go free to play, so there's even more incentive to play it, on top of being the most up to date, having much better performance, custom maps and game modes like Surf, all completed with the overall experience of playing a game that was designed for PC, on the PC, meaning not having to deal with awful aiming on a controller. Fun fact, apparently the PS3 version supported keyboard and mouse, which would be nice if it weren't for the online being shut down for it. But anyway, let's get started. There aren't exact numbers for this version when it comes to player count, though my first time searching, I ended up getting put in a match with just bots. But it didn't take long for someone to join, and then another person, and then another, and pretty soon there was a decent sized game going. The first match, most people joined me on the counter-terrorist team, but there was still one guy who was surprisingly able to hold his own against everyone for most of the match. The next match was thankfully more balanced. There were still bots in play across both teams, but at least it was a more fair, typical match, and the people playing were actually competent. They didn't really nail the working together aspect most of the time, but at least they knew how to play, and as such, it was moderately competitive and enjoyable. Of course, the mode you're basically always going to end up playing, at least from my experience, is Classic Casual. Not many people prefer Classic Competitive, and even less prefer Demolition or Arms Race, and that's perfectly fine, as Classic Casual has always been my go-to, even back on the PC version. Besides, there's a few benefits to Casual over competitive while playing on Xbox in particular, and the biggest one is that even in competitive, people would tend to always basically play the same way they did on casual, meaning they'd be spray happy and end up killing teammates quite frequently thanks to friendly fire. That and nobody communicates. At least this way, you won't be dealing with team kills, ranks, or anything else, and you can just focus on playing the game for fun. So, if you want to play CSGO on Xbox, I think you're going to have a pretty easy time finding people to play with. You're not going to be getting full lobbies all the time where each player on each team is an actual person, but you will at least have a few other people to play with, almost guaranteed. The fact that this is backwards compatible definitely helps with that, as there are now technically 4 different Xboxes that you can play this on, all on the same servers. The only downside of this version is that it never goes on sale and is still $15. Kinda high price for what you're getting in my opinion, especially when looking at the PC version being free, but whether it's worth it or not, I'll leave that up to you. I'm personally glad I got it, because while Valve hasn't always been the best when it comes to updating their console ports to match the PC counterparts, they've always at least left you with more than enough to keep playing over the years. Anyways, that's going to be it for this video. Till next time, this is Sarsi on the Game Clips channel, and I'm out.